are two of these $1,500 hounds.
Where's your donkey?
My donkey.
You ain't got no donkey?
I tied him up outside.
Okay, well, we'll go see him, okay? See that? Put it on cracker. That's the cracker it's on. You can't hardly see the cracker.
It's time for Down Home in the Tri-States with your host, Ron Jones.
Our sponsors is what pays for this show, folks. And without them, you wouldn't be able to see it. So if you really enjoy it, do business with them, okay? You know, you may have to go out of your way to get what you want, but sometimes you don't. But if you do, do it. And let them know where you saw their advertising. I talked to several of them the other day, and they just said it makes them feel so good when people come in and tell them that. So, and it makes me feel good. So it makes the show feel good. Let's see. I want to remind you, tell you about, y'all saw last week part one of Tom Norton, the Farrier and Blacksmith, H.C. Blacksmith. We're going to have part two on today, but Angel's Buffet and Catering on Highway 77 in Chipley, Florida. She put me on to old Tom, and she also put me on to Miss Vernita over at the Children's Academy. That's over by the Springfield Community Church, and real nice. I went over there and talked to her. She's going to be advertising with us. In fact, I told her, I said, when I see something neat, I like to do a show with it, you know. And people always say, you know, the two things. They say the show's not long enough, and that they like. The show's not long enough, and one thing is that you never know what's going to come on next, and that's why they like it. So after going in and visiting that place over there, you know, I said, I can't just do a commercial, Miss Bernita. I said, I need to show this to my viewers. A lot of them are working parents and fathers that need somewhere to take their kids and everything, and not just to a nursing home. I mean, not just to a daycare place, you know, where they have babysitters. This is not a babysitting place. I mean, they take little small kids and all, you know, 6 months, 7 months, whatever, but they teach them. It's like a little school. When they leave there, they are ahead of everybody else in kindergarten. I'm telling you, you'll see. We're gonna do a show on it. I told her I wanted to. You know, some of you may not care about it, you know, but I want the ones that do. I want you to see it, because I like to do stuff like that on this show. From Linda Waller, I want to say the Vernon Historical Museum, located in City Hall. The old Vernon High School will be open from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. on Friday, October the 9th. All Vernonites and former students of Vernon schools are invited to come view all the exhibits pertaining to Vernon and Washington County. The museum exhibits start in Miss Lottie Dyke's old classroom. She says, hope to see you there. Oh, Mir, you heard me call him Tukey on the show. That's Angel's, one of Angel's youth in action children that she's got. And I went up to his ball game. He said, Mr. Ron, could you come up and get some video of my ball game? I said, yeah, I'll come up there. So we went up and we got a little bit, and he was all tickled to death. And I tell you what, boy, they won. 38-16. They beat Wicksburg, Alabama. Okay, Wicksburg. So congratulations to you, Tiny Mites. Y'all did a good job. Also, Main Street has plenty of pumpkins, corn stalks for decorations for Halloween and fall festivals. Y'all remember that? I was up there the other day. Old Paul was tying them corn stalks and things up. Got lots of beautiful pumpkins. Y'all get your pumpkins up there and your stalks, your corn stalks. Yeah, Paul also wanted me to mention, that he's got some of the best oysters he has had, pints and bags. He didn't have them for a while because he just couldn't get good oysters. You know, and he don't like to give you something that just ain't good. You know, I don't mean bad, but I mean they just don't. You know, they need more salt or something like that. But he's got pints and bags. But be sure to call ahead. Write this number down: 638-7755. 638-7755. You need to call early this morning because he usually gets them on Friday, and they are gone on Saturday, folks. And I'm gonna go get me some. Tonight's the last night for the Big Bonifay Rodeo. Okay, Big Bonifay Rodeo last night tonight. Also a big stock of good ryegrass Paul just got in. You folks starting to get your plots ready. You want some fresh rye? Good. That stuff I was looking at the other day. I was up there. They got plenty of it. So y'all need to. They got it in stock now. Y'all need to get in on it. Also, we got Red Fox fertilizer. And you saw me mention Paul's own shell corn last week. Well, I talked to Paul about doing a little special thing on it. And also, right now, you need to get it before the price goes up. It's only $6 a bag. That's a big old bag I had, $6, folks. Y'all need to get stocked up on that because price is gonna go up. get it before the price goes up while it lasts, okay? Get up there today. Okay, on the show we got part 2, Tom Norton. I told you that in part 1 of Todd's Syrup Farm. Air 2 made another visit up there. They got their store open up there now where they sell all that syrup and stuff. So he got some footage up there. We're going to present that. So I think that's all we got. If y'all got anything, tell me. Okay. If you got anything, send it to me. I'd be glad to get it on this show. If it's something we can come cover and shoot some video with it, that's what makes this show popular. Richard Clark's catfish holder. Going to have another drawing probably next couple of weeks or so. So y'all get your names in. When we come back, we're going to draw for, we got some syrup products. I'll show them to you, syrup and that sweet tea jelly that they got at Todd's, Todd's Syrup Farm. Okay, make sure I get that right. I almost said the wrong thing. Anyway, we're going to do that. We've also got the lunch buffet for 2 at Angels in Chipley, Florida. Y'all stay with us. We'll be back with that in just a minute, folks. They say a dog's a man's best friend. I think there's other things. Like my Rhino boat, I expect exceptional performance when I'm on the water. I gotta feel safe. I gotta know I'm gonna get in and out of those close hot spots where the fishing's best. I wanna know I got a reliable motor. My buddies at Joe's Motor Service have done me right for many years. That old-fashioned way's what I like, and they stay on top of things. Them nice new big Key West boats. Now this here new deck boat. God bless America, my family, my dogs, my goats, and my boats. Thank you, Joe's. Main Street Market in Chipley, Florida has been a supporter of Down Home in the Tri-States for many, many years, providing quality fruits, vegetables, and quality feed for all of your animals and livestock. Paul Davidson and his whole entire family have grown up in Washington County. Paul's mother and daddy have been farmers in this area for many, many, many years. And people around this area know that they're going to get the quality they expect from Main Street Market. When the very best quality matters for our families, for our livestock, and for our pets, we all look to Main Street Market, and you should do the same. Go see Paul Davidson and his friendly staff and family at Main Street Market on the corner of Highway 77 and Highway 90 in Chipley, Florida. Tell them old Ron sent you from Down Home in the Tri-States. All right, folks, here we go. We're drawing for, let's see, we're going to draw for this Todd's Amber Honey Syrup. Amber Honey Syrup. We're going to have part 1 of that on today, but we're drawing for that syrup right there. So let's see who's going to get that thing. It's going to go to Jimmy D. Tharp. Jimmy is located in Clarksville, Florida. Jimmy wins a lot of stuff, so let me write that down, syrup. Okay, we're going to write that down. When you get your name in a lot, you win a lot. That's all I can tell you, folks, okay? Get another name in here. Let's go all the way down in the bottom. Put one flew out, so I'm going to get that one. How about that? Bruce Mixon, Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. Bruce Mixon, Santa Rosa Beach, Florida. You get the Southern Sweet Tea Jelly. Southern Sweet Tea Jelly. I got to call you and get your address so I can send that to you, okay? So that's the jelly. You get the jelly. Write that down. All right, you get the jelly. Put that over here. All right, here we go. Next one's going to be for lunch buffet for 2 at Angels Buffet and Catering in Chipley, Florida. That's on Highway 77 across from Dunkin' Donuts. And let's see who that's going to go to. Let's see. Jackie Butler. She lives in Chipley, Florida. Jackie Butler in Chipley, Florida. Jackie, you win the lunch buffet for 2 at Angels in Chipley, Florida. Just go in there any Sunday. Cause Sunday lunch buffet, that's the big buffet. Go in there any Sunday and tell her you want it on the show. She's real nice. She'll treat you right. Y'all watch this. We'll be back in just a minute with part 2 from Tom Norton. Whether you're in the business as a professional or just along for the ride, your friend needs the best care possible. Don't take your horse's hooves for granted. They need to be protected just like the rest of its body. Tom Norton is a craftsman, farrier, and blacksmith. Tom has dedicated his entire life to the love of horses and keeping them safe from harm and injury. Give Tom Norton a call at 850-890-7506. Tom will come to you. You'll be in good hands with Tom Norton. You don't put your feet into the hands of unqualified healthcare people, so treat your horses the same. Tom Norton, Farrier Blacksmith. Find Tom on Facebook at HT Blacksmith. I highly recommend Tom. Tell him Ron sent you. I wanted to ask you before we do this, if someone lives, say, down on the beach or somewhere, the Panama City Beach or Gulf County or wherever, and there's a lot of sand where they have the horses, and do they need this service as often as anybody else does, or?
It's probably one of the biggest misunderstood things I run into daily. People think that the horses are in sand, they don't need shoes. And my answer to that question is, what do they make sandpaper out of?
That's right.
Some of the horses I work on the beach, a lot of them I work on South Walton County and Panama City Beach as well. The horses can't remain sound without a pair of shoes. The sand really just wears the toe off and the heel. It's detrimental to a lot of horses.
So what does this horse weigh? How much, about roughly?
This is about 1,000 pound
So
horse.
you're talking about 1,000 pounds on that sand, okay? And
they carry the majority of their weight is on the front end.
And they don't tiptoe, folks. I mean, they're heavy. They're heavy, you know. And this, like I said, what do you make sandpaper out of, you know? So you got to take that into consideration. So if you live on the beach and you don't regularly have your horses shoot, or you don't have any shoes on at all, for the protection and the safety and the love of the horse, give Tom a call. The number's on the screen there, okay? And he'll be glad to talk to you and help you out and explain everything to you. So you're getting ready now to put another shoe back on. So what are you going to do? That's a mighty big shoe. That ain't going to fit, I can tell you right now.
This is just to show you an example of the variance in size I work with on a common basis. This particular shoe is a size 0, and it fits this horse here.
Okay.
This is a size 6, and that's a pretty good sized draft horse. That's a
kind of like a Clydesdale or
1,900
something,
pound
big one.
Clydesdale cross horse.
Right.
An actual Clydesdale horse, she would almost be twice this big.
But nevertheless, they still, whatever size, they need shoeing regularly, right?
Right. Most horses need 6 to 8 weeks is a normal range on a shoe cycle for most breeds of horses, and most of my horses make it. To me, I want the shoe to still be on the horse. I don't want to wait for the shoe to fall off.
Right.
So we try to figure out how long your horse holds the shoe.
Right.
But usually 6 to 8 weeks, and I'll come take the old shoe off and refile his feet just like you watch me do, and then put a new shoe on.
So the hooves, they're like fingernails. They constantly grow, right?
It's the same material.
Okay.
And the better you feed them, the more they grow.
Okay.
The more.
Speaking of that, what's a good type feed or protein wise or whatever? I mean, I don't know that you know that, but I mean, I know what you probably feed yours and everything. But is there? I'm not talking about a brand name or anything,
Right.
but a particular, say, one that's more high in protein or something, or what? What would you do?
This is approximately a 10-year-old horse. I keep him on a 12% feed, 12% protein, and I supplement with a little extra weight gaining material just because I put a lot of miles on him. He's not just a pasture ornament. I actually ride him 4 or 5 times a week. If a horse is over 20, you probably could drop down to like a 10% feed. But if you're not using him, and he's just pretty much a pasture ornament, and he's maintained in good shape, but there's really no set. You know, it just depends on the horse's conditions and how good a hay he's got, how good a grass he's got, how wet the summer is. All these things really contribute to how fast their feet grow.
Folks, y'all go to Main Street Market. See Paul Davidson. Paul's got probably one of the best lines of feed you're going to find. Hay, and he's one of our sponsors too. But Paul can help you with it, and he's a farmer too, so he can probably answer any of your questions. But he's on the corner of Highway 77 and Highway 90. Okay. Well, let's put that shoe on.
All right. Because like in the beginning, he had some deformities here where this foot kind of went in. And so what I do is I line these nail holes up with that line right there.
Right.
Well, after I shoe a horse, most horses, 2 or 3 times, instead of making this an exact fit, I'll kind of cheat it between where it should be and where it has to be in order to get it to this, because this shape is what scientists tell us is a perfect hoof. All right. This shoe doesn't quite match up with this white line. That's the goal, is to line these nail holes up with the white line on the horse that shows up after you file him, trim him and file him and get him smooth. So we got to manipulate the shoe just a little bit to match his foot. First step, I'll put 2 nails in him and make sure I like his fit before I continue. And this does not hurt.
I was going to ask you, does that hurt the horse when you drive? I know it wouldn't me if you drove at my fingernail, but
This does not hurt the horse. I mean, there's room for error,
yeah.
and you can if you do it improperly. Oh, I think I got it right. There's a little trick. If you notice, that nail is flat. If you mess up and put this in the wrong way, it'll actually turn into his foot. They make it where you could do this in the dark if you had to. You see the checkboards there?
Yeah.
That goes to the inside of the shoe, thus making the point drive out.
Oh, okay.
But it's all in the wrist. You kind of, you notice I tap, 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 but once I got it going, I kind of flick my wrist. That makes it turn out and actually come out up here where we want it. But none of this hurts the horse. As long as you keep your nail in that white line, it comes out appropriately. There's no pain involved. Easy. That's not blood, that's just a bruise. You have a white hooded hoof horse and it has pink spots, it's more than likely a bruise where he's kicked something. But none of this is hurting this horse whatsoever.
If you're not looking for the best little place with the best raw and baked oysters, the best fresh fried mullet, big signature steamed shrimp, fantastic Holmes Creek pasta, plus Chef Freddie Whitfield's world famous gumbo, grits and shrimp, and his Southern Pride pulled pork, you don't need to go to Gunner's. But if your mouth is watering, beat feet to Gunner's Oyster Bar in Vernon, Florida. Be sure to start off with Gunner's local favorite appetizers. People drive from all over the tri-states to eat at Gunner's. And you guys out there, keep your eyes on the oysters. The best way to protect your stuff and keep it out of the elements is a quality, inexpensive, well-constructed pole barn kit from Surplus and Salvage of Chipley. Known for many years as the headquarters for pole barn kits, Surplus and Salvage of Chipley has got just about any size you need. Surplus and Salvage of Chipley has got them all the way up to the huge 32x60. Check them out. Tell them Ron sent you. They'll treat you right, and we certainly would appreciate it. From turkey hunting to deer hunting and everything in between, your best shot is King's.
King's Outdoors can take care of your hunting, fishing, and shooting needs year-round. We have an extensive selection of ammunition, including Remington, Federal, Winchester, and Hornady.
Ladies, if you need a firearm and have no idea where to start, Perry and his friendly, helpful staff will make you feel right at home.
Here at King's Outdoors, we have all major brands of handguns, shotguns, rifles, scopes, and accessories, including Browning, Beretta, Savage, Remington, and Marlin.
From deer rifles, shotguns, and handguns to fishing supplies for all fishermen and lady anglers, King's Outdoors stocks the best. Need prescriptions?
At King's, we've been meeting your prescription needs since 1977.
If you're headed to the beach, put King's on your stop and stock up before you get there. They're located right on Main Street. That's Highway 77 in Chipley, Florida, in front of the hospital. Just look for the big red canopy.
Here at King's, we'll work hard to earn your business and keep your business. Y'all come see us.
King's Discount Drugs and King's Outdoor. Have you got water problems? Pump won't pump? Do you need answers and solutions, but you don't want the runaround and you want someone honest? Well, have no fear, folks. Do what I did. Call the man, Water Dan. Dan Dubose will take care of your problem.
Hello, folks. This is Water Dan. I work on submersible pumps, jet pumps, do repairs and upgrades, anything to do with an existing water well. I would appreciate it if you call.
Call the man, Water Dan. He'll take care of your water problems. 850-535-9308. 535-9308. Folks, you know why people from Washington, Jackson, Holmes, Bay County, you know why they call Water Dan? Because Dan Dubose knows what he's doing. Y'all give him a call. Tom, I certainly appreciate it today. We've learned a lot, and I learned a lot. I knew a little bit about this, but not a whole lot, and pretty much just the word farrier, you know. And I'm glad to see the process of how you do this, you know, and you know, like I told you earlier, you have to, if you care about your animals, folks, you gotta treat them like you would your son or your daughter or granddaughter or whatever, you know, and take care of them, and you want the best possible help, or doctors or whatever you can get for them, or healthcare professionals, just like you would your horse. You know, you want the best in the business to take care of your animal, you know, as far as shoeing them and things like, or as far as veterinarians, you know, you want the best there is. And after seeing all this and looking at Tom's work, I think Tom is the best I've seen. Okay, he's the best I've seen in the business. So I encourage you, if you need some horseshoe care, give Tom a call. The number's on the screen there, and we're going to be talking to him a little later. Anything final you want to say, Tom?
Not all horses have to have shoes. I trim horses as well, but I just can't stress keeping your horse on a regular schedule, no matter who you use, or you know, just keep your horses on a regular schedule.
Yeah, well, it's like you do with any animal. You know, your kids, you know, you keep them on a regular schedule with the doctor. You know, take them for checkups and things like that. So you can't just let your horse go. You know, because your horse can't cry and scream like your kids can. You know, when something's wrong. But anyway, so I was going to ask you too about blacksmith. Do you do any kind of other type blacksmith work if people need something, or?
Yes, sir. Actually, I'm actually a certified welder too. That's been a trade for 40 years. My daddy was a welding instructor in the Army, so I've probably been able to know how to weld since I was 4 years old. Mm-hmm. But I also enjoy blacksmithing, the art of blacksmithing, making knives, making tools, or even making knickknacks for your little grandma that needs a flower pot hung with a piece of wrought iron.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Seen it?
Kind of good Mother's Day and Grandmother's Day presents and Christmas presents and things like that. Yeah.
I lean more towards the horseshoeing part of it now, but as I get older, I'm gonna fall back more on the blacksmithing side and make knives.
Well, you don't have to bend down and up and down as much as you do shoeing a horse and everything. So.
That's right.
But as I found out before we started doing the show today that Tom, I told him where I was from. He said, "Yeah, where'd you go to school?" And come find out, he's from up in that area too, around Columbus, and we kind of did a little. Reminiscing, you know, before we did the show. But he's been around. He's been doing this for how many years now? You say you've been in this?
I've owned and operated horses for over 50 years.
So there you go, folks. Well, you know, there's no better, you know, ain't no better person to get to do things than somebody that's been around them that long and been working with them. So, but Tom, I certainly do appreciate everything you've done, and
I thank you.
Y'all will be hearing more from Tom on the shows.
Well, we just have not had rain.
Really?
Driest July, hottest July I can ever remember. But, you know, cane is a pretty tough product, and it'll survive and do. When it don't grow, it makes sugar, so it don't turn out all bad. You know?
I was thinking, so you don't have to cook it near as much, do you?
Well, you have the same amount of cooking time, but you have a lot higher yield out of your gallon of juice.
I know last time I was up here, you had the samples for the honey and the amber honey stuff, and I see you got that product out.
Yeah, we got that product on the line now. Well, it's 20 times higher in antioxidants than regular honey.
Sweet tea jelly. Now I like sweet tea and I like biscuits, but I don't know if I want to dump my biscuit in no tea or not. Him's 10 years old and he's learning to do it, so I'm letting him play with it. So this is cane. Spending this Labor Day holiday with Mr. Dewey Todd. Now he's the son of Mr. Joe Todd. You've seen him in some of the earlier footage from today. We've shot some earlier footage a few months ago up here with Mr. Todd at the Todd Syrup Farm, and they've opened a new store. Today is Labor Day. It's y'all's first day, and this is my first time actually meeting Mr. Dewey, and but I feel privileged that they've allowed us to come up here and shoot this footage. Mr. Dewey, tell us about what y'all got going on, what you're going to be having going on. Keep in mind, folks, this is Labor Day, and you'll be seeing this about the end of September, 1st of October.
Okay. Well, we're very excited about the new store. The old location served us well for several years. We actually approached the city of Headland about 2 years ago and asked them to extend the sewage because we wanted to take on a much bigger project. And they worked with us in the state of Alabama to get a grant to do that, and that allowed us to build this building. So it is now complete as far as all the exterior, and we've moved the store over. The next thing's coming over the next 3 weeks. By the time this airs, we will have our restaurant open as well, and the Todd Farms General Store will be, as you first walk in, a store carrying all of our traditional items, plus a lot of our new items. We've talked about some of them, like our amber honey syrup, which is one of our newest blends. It's our molasses blended with amber honey, which is a very healthy sweetener. And then our Todd's Sweet and Tangy barbecue sauce, which we're very famous for.
And is the barbecue sauce including any of the syrup that is made on the farm? And
absolutely, it is sweetened with molasses. And one interesting point, we have a family that buys our syrup. They compete in barbecue contests.
Right.
And back in April, they competed in the Texas State Barbecue Cook-Off. There were 150 entrants, and our barbecue sauce took first place.
That's pretty good coming from Texas.
For the best down-home country cooking in this area, it's Angel's Buffet and Catering in Chipley, Florida, on Highway 77 across from Tractor Supply. You see, when people leave, they always say, "I'll be back." Once you bite into that country fried chicken, you know, like your mamas and your grandmas, you just can't stand not to come back. Open Tuesday through Sunday, 11 a.m. till close. And hey, if the door ain't open, just knock and wait. When Angel says it's ready, it's ready. You know, good country cooking takes a lot of time. The biggest buffet is on Sunday, features 8 meats and 12 vegetables. But they got a fantastic buffet all during the week. Hey, tell them Ron sent you. Across from Tractor Supply, Chipley, Florida, rated the #1 restaurant in Chipley by TripAdvisor. And that's big, folks.
Everything you said it was.
Don't trust just any tree removal service. Bulletin, folks, the coming winter is expected to be one of the coldest on record. If you need and use firewood, Easy Care urges you to take advantage of their emergency firewood service. Visit their honor system pickup on Highway 90 west of Highway 77 in Chipley, Florida. Just look on the right and you can't miss it. Please take advantage of this special viewer offer. You can also call Dow at 850-849-3825, 849-3825. But please act now. Tell Dow Ron told you to call.
At Easy Care, our main goal is to keep the homeowner happy.
Easy Care, as easy as a phone call away. 850-527-6291.
Your product's available in a lot of the grocery stores in the area, but there again, folks, Mr. Todd, Mr. Joe told me that the only place you'll be able to get that is here.
That's right.
Now, if somebody come in and say they just wanted just the alfalfa honey, would that be available, or?
We're buying it in bulk,
right,
and using it to blend our honey. We're not yet producing the amber honey by itself.
Okay.
But if enough folks ask for it, you know Todd's will do it.
That'll do it.